This video, let us learn how to develop data from JSON file. If you remember from our previous session, we have a JSON file uh, here in uh, where is that located? If you remember that to a simple tool.json. Here in dev data, if you remember this tool simple.json, then we have this object of JSON array of objects. So we will use this file and we will develop the data into our API, like inserting our data or importing data into our API. So let me create a new folder here in dev data insert data, new file, name it as like developing data, developing data .js. So let us import everything Mongoose. Let me copy paste all those things from this server.js file till here and let me paste here. Now of course we need file system, right? So let us import that file system package require of fs, and then of course we need the tour model. So let us import that too as well. Require of the location of the file, path of the file you can mention. Where is it? You need to go back dot slash dot slash and then models, of course models slash tool slash tool model. Yeah. Now we got our import statements. Now let us create a new function after starting to db. Let us start a new function like import data from file system, of course. But first we need to store store the file, right? Const fx or JSON data, something like that. Tours, const tours is equal to, my bad, yeah, fs dot read file, right? So read file. We can use sync also because we can one slow, only one slow again. And you can mention the path of the file as well as encoding. So let me give path here. In template string we can mention, because we will use the dir name which is the current directory, dollar symbol as and dir name. This is the current directory, and from here we need to go to tools simple. So in the same folder just use tools simple dot json and then encoding of the file like utf-8. It is the most common encoding language. Now import the data and make it as async function, arrow function, of course. First without any arguments this function. So now simply use a try catch block. Try, and if any errors, catch them in catch block. Now we have our tour model. Just create the tour. Simply tour dot create. and inside you need to pass the data which you can pass the array of objects, right? So simply tours, so it will be created tours. Any errors you can log it to console.log error, and after that you can exit from this process, importing this process data, right? So you can write process dot exit. This is a function that will exit the process forcefully. Similarly, we can also create a delete function. Simply write a delete data async function. This is also without any arguments. In arrow function, simply copy paste above try catch block. Now, instead of creating, we need to use just delete many. This will delete the tours. If you won't pass any arguments, this will delete all the tours which are present in this tours object or array. So let us call the functions here at the last, or let me show you how can we use the command line inputs, command or command prompt or terminal to execute these functions without calling here. Let me console.log args process dot argsv. Now let us save it and let me execute till here. Simply write node developing data.js. Oh, it is saying cannot find module. Okay. Okay, my bad. It is saying module not found because our cannot find module app. See, we need to mention the correct path of this app file, right? This app file is present here outside the or in the same folder of starter dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot slash app. So now it will run. Now let us press up arrow and boom, again error. It is saying cannot find the properties of reading replace. Okay, my bad. This folder name also we need to change, which is the path of config file. Where is it? Dot dot in the same folder, right? In app we mentioned dot slash. So similarly, similar path to this app. So dot dot slash dot slash config. Where is this name? Config.env. Now let us save and again let us see what will happen. Again it gave error. Replace. Okay, my bad. I have given this path wrong. We need to go to only config.env, right? Only one folder we need to back. Then see in console it is connection db successful. Now I have logged it args, right? See, this process.argv means it is an array consists of strings which are nothing but first in our terminal when we are executing we have given node first. So that first path is nothing but where that node file is located, and second path is where this file path, like where this developing data is existed, that file path will be executed here. For example, let me terminate it, and let if I write import dash 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 import, then see a third argument has been added in arrays, which is nothing but import. So using this, by using terminal, we can also execute the function. Let me show here. Let me write if process dot env dot argv, sorry, process dot argv equal to import slash dash dash import. Then we need to execute that import data function, right? So import data function, and else if process dot argv equal to hyphen hyphen delete, then delete data function should execute. Now let me save it. Before executing, let me open Postman first. Let me go to get data API and click send. Okay, our DB is not connected. Let me, oh, it has refused. Let me only run the file without import. It is giving some error. Okay, my bad. Actually, this argv I showed you, this is an array, right? So we are giving third argument as an import. So 0, 1, 2. So that is an index. Similarly here, we need to mention here argv of 2, because this is an array. We need to mention index. Now, yeah, connection will be successful. If I send this data here, status success, and see all the tools we have executed, we have coming like forest hiker and peacock house. If I delete this now, let me execute delete. What happened? uh, Deprecating cluster 0, injecting env check. Okay, okay, it is deleted. It has exited because we have mentioned this process dot exit, right? See, here we have logged this console env check. Let me log a message here after import executing. Let me just log console.log data inserted into API. Console.log data deleted. Now let me show you first here. If I send again, see data is coming still. Let me clear it and execute delete. It is saying, okay, most importantly, we have directly given this JSON file, but we cannot give is JSON dot we need to pass this into now a JavaScript object. So that is why it is giving error. Let me now delete the data. Still it is giving error. Okay, sorry. Actually it is exiting right before console. That is why it is not showing this console log statement. We need to mention here before exiting. So in the try block, Control X here and Control V. Similarly, Control X here and Control V. If you see in Postman, the data is has already deleted because we have executed this delete function. Now if I execute C, data deleted. Similarly, if I write import, see data inserted into API. If I go to API and send the response connecting failed. Uh, yeah, now it is visible. All our API, which all our tools, number of tools 13. What we did mistake is nothing but we have not written this await keyword because we are using async await. This is very important. It is not awaiting, just that is why. If I execute now, delete. See data deleted. If I send, see number of tools is 0. Similarly, if I execute import, now if I click send, see number of tools 10.